Facing off tonight with Los Angeles King defenseman Mark Hardy, who started out with the Los Angeles Kings in 1979. And February 1988, you're told you've been traded to the New York Rangers, and as you said, it was devastating for you. What went through your mind at that time? Did you think, well, here's the first now, you know, maybe they didn't want me, and what's going to happen to my career?
Well, I can remember, you know, as plain as day, we had a skate with the Kings, and I was getting my skates on and getting ready to go out and skate with the fans, and they brought me up into the dressing room, and Robbie Ftorek told me that I had been traded to the New York Rangers, and I think right away I kind of, you know, broke into tears. I can remember driving home along the ocean going, oh, I can't believe this has happened. And I got home, and my wife was there, and she said, hey, you know, we have to make the best of wherever we're going to go, and you're still a good hockey player. The New York Rangers want you, and go there and do your best. And, you know, I just took it from there.
Was there any change in your attitude when later that year, in the fall of that year, '88, Wayne Gretzky gets traded to Los Angeles? And did you go through that again, saying, gee, now I really wish I'd have been able to stay there?
Well, I think, yeah, it was always in the back of my mind that, you know, I think I knew that now hockey was going to be in L.A., and he was going to turn it into a hockey town, which he definitely has. It's that's probably the biggest thing I've noticed since I've been back is we come out of a practice rink, and there's 100 fans waiting for us out there, whereas before there was maybe 5 or 6, and it was the same people all the time. But yeah, I always wanted to come back here and see LA as a hockey town, and now it's happened, and it's like a dream come true.
Yeah, we've all noticed, I think, when you came back, and even you said when the trade was made, if there was one place you wanted to come back and play, it was Los Angeles. And I think that surprised people, because saying, well, here was someone who grew up in Montreal, had the great tradition, and he went through a lot of frustrating years here with a team that wasn't winning a lot, but yet you wanted to come back.
That was, I knew that when I came back here, and last year we went to the Cup, and the people were just so ecstatic about it, and it was on the front pages of the paper, whereas before we used to have a little column like that in the back page, and it was just, I was very proud of how this organization's come so far. And you know, however much Wayne Gretzky's making, he's underpaid as far as I'm concerned for what he's done for hockey, because there probably would be no San Jose Sharks. There'd be no Anaheim. Can I remember their name?
Mighty Ducks.
And you know, if it wasn't for him, he's just done an unbelievable job as an ambassador to this game.
Let's go back in your career to when you went to the Rangers, and I'm going to read some of this because you were moving around a lot in a short period of time. You played 19 games with the Rangers at the end of the season. Then in the offseason in June of '88, you're traded to Minnesota. You play 15 games at Minnesota, probably just get unpacked, find a house, and they say, you're going back to New York, to the Rangers. Did you wonder, what in the world is going on with my career?
I did. I really did. I remember I was really pumped up about playing for the Rangers. I think we went 12-5-2 at the end of the season when I got there. And I felt, boy, you know, we're going to have a heck of a team next year. And then that's the way hockey is. I was in Lake Tahoe, staying up there with some friends, and I read the paper and found out I'd been traded to Minnesota. Actually, my friend came upstairs and goes, you've been traded to Minnesota. I said, yeah, right. So we went to Minnesota, we bought a house, and for some reason it didn't work out there. Fortunately for me, unfortunately for Norman Rocheford, he blew his knee out, and I was traded back to the New York Rangers. Actually, I was carrying it was December, I think around December 19th, and I was carrying the Christmas tree in, and the phone rang, and I put it down, and Phil Esposito was on the phone and said, hey, you're coming back to us. I went, oh. So I threw the tree down. I went and told my wife, and she said, well, we'll try and sell the house and go back to New York. So after I went back to New York, I went from not playing to playing 20, 25 minutes a game. And it just turned out to be the best thing that ever happened to me.
Isn't that the kiss of death, buying a house?
I think it is, yeah. I own one here, but I've had it for 8 years, so at least I know I can rent it out.
At that time, in your mind, do you think, well, now I'm just hanging on. Now I'm going from team to team, and really, this might be the start of the end of my career?
But I've seen it happen to other players too. I think as you mature, you find out things like that. I knew I was going to find the right team, and I had a coach there, Michel Bergeron, that had a lot of faith in me. And then later on, we acquired Roger Nielsen as the head coach. He had a lot of faith in me as well. And when I started playing with them, it just clicked in. I had a fantastic partner that I played with in James Patrick, and our styles complemented each other. And it just worked out really, really well for me, and we won.
You're probably lucky and very fortunate to look back and realize that your wife was supportive in those years, because maybe some of them say, look, I'm tired of this. Find another line of work and let's settle down.
She has just been unbelievable throughout my whole career. She's always backed me. Everywhere she's gone, she's been as positive as she can. So when I come home, she's positive. She says, this is great. When I go through the tough times, she says, hey, you know, that's the way things work. And, you know, you could be under a boat scrubbing barnacles off of it. So, you know, she's just been my backbone ever since we've been married.
I think sometimes from game to game and watching someone perform on the ice, we forget about that support from the family can mean so much to a player in his attitude toward his game and his performance on the ice.
Well, I think if you come home and it's very negative at home, you're going to take that to the rink with you. But in my case, you know, she's been very supportive. She's been very positive. We've had our negative times. We've had our positive times. And I think she's been able to keep an even keel, and I think that's really helped me throughout the whole deal.
Mark Hardy is our guest on Face Off tonight, and we'll be back to continue in just a moment.